You know, when you talk about Julius Nyerere, that's another great African, and remember him specifically for education for self-reliance, where he was saying you must be educated so that that kind of education can help you as an individual. If your education cannot help you, then it doesn't amount to anything. And now you've kept on telling us about Nyerere, and we can also mention some few Nigerians in the 50s, 60s, and it ended in the 70s. So isn't it a shame that over 1,050,000 strong Nigerians, as we speak now, we really can't say this is the man that we can say stood out to really bring us an example when it comes to things like this? Must we continue in this trend? Because this is worrisome and it's mind-boggling. We all know how much we spend in our homes, and sometimes how we really cut down costs so that we can move as a family, as an individual. But this, if anything, is outrageous.
Yes, it is. It is. Like, I go back to the system. The system we operate is too expensive. And it's only, the kind of system we operate is only good for a developed economy. You use it to sustain that developed economy. But for as long as you're developing economy, there are things that, you shouldn't even, be talking about. So it's a system. So we need somebody that could say, like you rightly said, that could be, some kind of a tragic hero. We say, look, I came in through this system, but I find that the system is not really, I'm going to put things right.
Is that possible?
It is.
Because, if you look at it, someone was saying that maybe the president's attempt, when he came into office, he saw the battle. It was a battle of his life, so to speak, of his political career.
That's right.
And when he came in, he said, is it really worth it? Let's do a single term instead and let us know where it ends. And he was criticized for that.
No, I support him for that single term. And even the process of that single term, what we do to us, in addition to what you just said, it is something that we should give a chance and see how it works. After all, when we moved from the Second Republic, I believe that we moved to the presidential system. We said, look, the parliamentary system that the British gave us, that we copied from the British, wasn't really working the way we expected. Let's try another system.
But nobody saw it as any attempt to reduce the cost of governance.
Yes, because it will. Because the thing is that there's too much struggle for power. Maybe this single term will, calm us down and say, look. And again, it could work the other way around.
The center is too attractive at the moment.
The center is attractive. We have to develop power so that, every region will be more, autonomous. So that power could go to, if you're a local government chairman, you know that you're somebody. But everybody is this struggle for the top, knowing that the kind of money, and you find that it has made us, there's too much politics in the system. That people right now, all they need to do is to wear a red cap, or the one I saw the Ogun State governor wear that is as tall as a one-story building, and carry a brief listen, and you ask the person, what's your business? He said, I'm a politician. As if politics is a full-time business. It's not a full-time business. We could go, as a developing nation, we could have a part-time Senate, a part-time National Assembly. So that within a period they can come in and they get paid for that period they sit in. Right, so that we can use the money to do other things. It's not just the president, how much is being spent. Although I'm not saying that amount is encouraging. It's not good. Okay. So we should be able to say, okay, look, why don't we begin to, trim off some of these things? And again, it's the system.
Even if we were to revert to a parliamentary system, is that a guarantee that we can't cut down?
No, you find that it's not even a guarantee. We need to find a way of ameliorating some of this. Okay, the system, we lost a great opportunity during the military era to develop. Now,
what opportunity are you talking about?
Opportunity was that the kind of system that the military, they could have done a lot in this country, development-wise. You talk about some other countries that had military rule. For example, Indonesia. Suharto, the late Suharto, he was corrupt. he embezzled money, but no single amount of money left Indonesia. That money was invested within the country.
The
So
military rulers tell you that most of the infrastructure you have till date was built during their era.
That's right. So it's something that we lost a great opportunity. Since all the major infrastructure, especially road, I remember when I first came to Lagos, it took me how many days? They were constructing the Benin Road. But again, you find that development era, that military era, supposed to be the time that Nigeria should have. When we are running the kind of system we are running now, it's just to maintain, to sustain that what has been done, in the past. So, but again, the issue of sectional issues, personal interest, one military man overthrows the other one. There's no continuity as per, the policies and all that. And some of them didn't even have a clue what those policies. They just gather themselves around, and then I remember during the SAP stuff that the then military head of state, some of other generals asked him, what is this SAP all about? He said that he didn't have a clue. Let's go into the hall and listen to the experts tell us what to do. So it's a great thing. The system is just we'll have to find a way, having a homegrown democracy that will enable us have a mindset that we are a developing nation, so that we don't begin to think like, what is happening in the microfinance banks now. The bank MD thinking that they are microfinance MDs, thinking that they are bank MDs, and they start living like bank MDs. And then you see the bank go under, the microfinance bank go under.
Dr. Nweze, but again, you see, the laws are even sufficient. That's the argument for some people, that the laws are sufficient enough for them to achieve all of that. And they talk about the will, and we speak about this will as if, we are a different species of humans that lack this particular will to do all of that.
We don't like it. We like discipline. It's often said that where there is no respect, trouble follows. Even respect for the rule of law, trouble follows. And it starts from those that are supposed to enforce this law. You find that, say, don't drive on opposite direction. You see a police siren, a government official driving, so what do you want the rest to do? They'll follow you behind. You can't stop. You don't have moral right to tell them go back because you're doing the wrong. So you need to be disciplined to be able to say, okay, look, it's only discipline that we need. And any nation that is not disciplined, that nation cannot develop. We have seen it in other nations. They have developed because of what? Discipline. And they have been able to save. We don't have seven culture.
Well, the writers who wrote this particular article is saying something about if we're expecting a benevolent government to come to power, we have missed the point. It's not going to happen.
No, but it's possible.
But they also recommended, stronger checks and balances within the three arms of government. You don't seem to believe in them. You want another kind of system entirely.
No, you see, because I'm not saying a different system. I'm not saying that we lost an opportunity before, and then the system we are trying to operate is too expensive. What we have to do is to fashion out something that can suit our own developmental stage.
For instance, is it not possible, this is just something that's been presented to the National Assembly, is it not possible that members of the National Assembly could have seen that this is rather a high amount and as such possibly cut it down or not approve it?
No, because if they cut down, the president could also cut down on their own. Have you checked what the National Assembly is earning this time around in this budget?